Hello, my beautiful and radiant Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for ascending to the highest truths of your magnificent journey. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this specific message at this precise moment in your timeline, I want you to take a deep, conscious breath and understand that this is a divine appointment. The universe itself has orchestrated this meeting because your spirit is ready to receive a crucial, illuminating truth. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we delve into the heart of this message, find a quiet space, even if it's just within your own mind. Close your eyes. Inhale the golden light of the cosmos, feeling it fill your lungs, your heart, your entire being. And as you exhale, release any static, any noise, any doubt that does not serve your highest good. Feel your royal shoulders relax. Allow your brilliant heart, that blazing sun that powers your very existence, to open to this transmission. Because what we are about to discuss is something your intuition, your soul's internal compass, has been whispering to you about for quite some time. Leo, have you ever felt it, that almost imperceptible shift in the atmosphere when you command a room? It's not just the admiration you're so accustomed to. It's something else. A colder, more analytical quality of attention. Have you ever been in the full glorious flow of your expression, sharing a story or an idea, and caught a flicker in someone's eyes, a look that wasn't mirroring your joy, but was instead dissecting it, cataloging it, as if your light was not something to be enjoyed, but a puzzle to be solved, a code to be cracked? This is not your imagination, magnificent soul. This is a real, tangible, energetic phenomenon, and it is happening with profound intensity in your life right now. There is an energy perhaps embodied by one person, or even a group, that is observing you with a focus that borders on obsession. They are studying the way you walk, the way you laugh, the way you draw people in with the effortless gravity of your spirit. They are tracking your triumphs, making mental notes of your strategies, and attempting to map the very essence of your radiance. And let us be unequivocally clear, my dear Leo, the reason for this intense surveillance is not born of pure-hearted admiration. It is not the benevolent gaze of a student looking to a master for inspiration. No, it is something far more parasitic, far more insidious. You, the lion-hearted, the natural ruler of your domain, have always moved with a courage that astounds others. You build your kingdom not with quiet toil in the shadows, but with bold, brilliant strokes of creativity and passion, right out in the open for all to see. You cultivate your court with a generosity that is legendary, and you create joy and vibrancy where others see only a barren landscape. And for this very reason, not in spite of it, but because of it, you have become a target. You have not become a target because you have done anything wrong. You have become a target because in the eyes of the unenlightened, you are doing everything so dazzlingly, so infuriatingly right. And there, in the wings of your grand stage, is a soul watching from the shadows. They are analyzing every line you deliver, every creative choice you make. But their goal is not to learn how to ignite their own inner flame. Their goal is to discover how they can steal the warmth of your fire. The attention you have been feeling is not the transparent awe of a loyal supporter. It is the meticulous, cold study of a strategist who wishes to replicate your kingdom without ever understanding what it means to be a true king or queen. They covet the crown you wear so naturally, but they are unwilling to cultivate the noble heart that makes you worthy of it. If this message is already resonating in the deepest chambers of your soul, If a face or a feeling is already coming to mind, I want you to make a sacred declaration with me right now. This is more than just an interaction. It is a powerful ritual of energetic sovereignty. In the comments below, I want you to write, "My light is my own, and I am the only ruler of my kingdom." Let this be your decree to the universe. And if you have not yet joined our pride here at Cosmic Wisdom Press, that subscribe button now. Consider it an act of claiming your throne, of committing to the regular guidance you need to protect your divine and irreplaceable light. Now let us journey deeper into this shadow play, shall we? The Leo spirit is ruled by the sun itself. You do not have to try to be radiant, you simply are. Your very presence is a source of warmth, life, and energy for those around you. When you walk into a space, you carry the vibration of a star, a celestial body around which others naturally orient themselves. You don't live in the gray twilight of indecision or the murky drama of victimhood. You don't desperately seek the spotlight because on a soul level you know the spotlight is your birthright. You are solid gold. You are present. You are unapologetically authentic. And my magnificent friend, this innate, unforced brilliance can be profoundly disturbing to those who live in the cold, resentful shadows of their own unrealized potential. The person observing you cannot fathom how you maintain your glow. They watch you and they are baffled. How do you remain so optimistic when the world is so bleak? How do you continue to create and express when you face setbacks? How do you attract loyalty, love, and abundance with such apparent ease? And here is the crucial divergence. Instead of approaching you with a humble heart, seeking to genuinely learn from your example, they have chosen the path of covert observation, of furtive analysis, of a hidden, almost scientific study of your magic. Have you noticed it? The pattern of interrogation disguised as casual interest. Certain people in your life who ask far too many specific questions. They don't ask, "How are you?" in a way that seeks to connect with your heart. They ask, "What were the exact steps you took to achieve that? Who did you talk to get that opportunity? What is your secret?" They want the blueprint, the formula, the cheat code to your success. And when you, in your boundless generosity and your desire to uplift everyone, share pieces of your wisdom, you may have noticed a strange and unsettling pattern. That information is never used for their own authentic growth. It is used to copy you, to replicate your moves, or worse, to identify the chinks in your armor. This constant piercing observation has been draining your vital life force in ways you may not have yet consciously connected. That inexplicable creative block you sometimes feel even when you are filled with ideas. That sudden wave of exhaustion that hits you after a social gathering, a feeling of being energetically siphoned dry. That intuitive gut feeling that you need to be more guarded with your plans, more selective about who you let into your inner sanctum. My dear Leo, listen to me. Your body, your energy field, your magnificent lion's intuition has already detected the energetic predator that your conscious mind, in its kindness, is still trying to make excuses for. For the radiant Leos, born between July the 23rd and August 2nd, the first decan, this observer is particularly fixated on your leadership. They are studying your charisma, your ability to command respect and inspire a following. They want to know how you get people to believe in you. For those glorious souls, born between August 3rd and August 13th, the second decan, the focus of their study is on your boundless creativity and your unapologetic joy. They are mesmerized and infuriated by your ability to turn everything you touch into gold, to find pleasure, and create art from the mundane. And for the fiery Leos born between August 14th and August 22nd, the third decan, what is being intensely observed is your passion and your power, your unbreakable will, your connection to your desires, and your refusal to play small is what they are desperately trying to deconstruct. But regardless of which facet of your diamond-like spirit is under their microscope, the core intention behind those watchful eyes remains the same. It is to discover how to have what you have without having to become who you have become to achieve it. It is the desperate search for a shortcut to your throne. It is the insidious attempt to steal the fruit from your royal gardens without ever planting a single seed, without ever tending the soil, without ever enduring the storms that you have weathered. And here is the part that may feel like a dagger to your loyal heart. This person is not a distant stranger, not an anonymous troll on the internet, admiring you from afar. The energy of this surveillance is coming from someone close, frighteningly close, someone who has a front row seat in the theater of your life. They are disguised as a friend, a trusted colleague, a family member, perhaps even a romantic partner. Someone close enough to observe not just your public victories, but your private process, your moments of vulnerability, your sacred rituals of creation, your secret doubts. As I speak these words, Leo is a specific name, a face, or even just a distinct, energetic signature bubbling up into your consciousness, someone whose compliments always feel a little left-handed, someone whose interest in your life feels less like support and more like data collection, someone who mysteriously appears to celebrate your victories but was nowhere to be found when you were battling in the trenches, someone who begins to subtly mirror your style, your phrases, your passions, but in a way that feels hollow, like a soulless echo rather than a sincere homage. Your intuition, that deep instinctual wisdom of the king or queen of the jungle, has already identified this energy. It has sent you warnings, but perhaps you have dismissed them. You've told yourself you're being arrogant, that you're being paranoid, that you're imagining things. Because in your noble and generous heart, you want to believe in the best in people. You want to believe that everyone who applauds you is genuinely happy for you. But listen to me now, and let this truth anchor you in your power. Trusting your divine intuition is not paranoia. It is sovereignty. It is the most profound act of self-loyalty. I need you to honor what you are feeling. Acknowledge the signals. You are not imagining the energetic drain. You are not fabricating the insincerity. You are perceiving the truth on a level that most people are not equipped to understand. The reason this person watches you with such unnerving intensity is because you are a living, breathing embodiment of everything they secretly wish they could be, but for which they lack the courage, the heart, and the discipline to become. A Leo does not achieve greatness overnight. It is a myth that you are just lucky. You do not believe in shortcuts to the throne. You believe in the power of your own heart, the fire of your own passion. You practice, you rehearse, you create, you perform even when there is no audience. You work on your craft, on your character, on your spirit, when no one is watching. You continue to shine your light even when the world feels dark and cold. You build your kingdom upon a foundation of absolute integrity and authenticity. And this watcher, this shadow dweller, sees only the final performance. They see the lion majestic and proud on Pride Rock, but they refuse to acknowledge the battles, the scars, and the relentless inner work it took to claim that position. They just want to reap the glory that you have sown. They want to find a secret passage to the top of the mountain that you climbed step by glorious step. And when they realize they cannot simply take what is yours, the observation curdles into something far more toxic. Admiration sours into a venomous envy. This is when their comments, which may have once seemed supportive, begin to carry a subtle poison. "Wow, you're so lucky," they'll say, deliberately ignoring the years of brutal hard work and sacrifice they know you've endured. "It must be so nice to be that confident," they'll remark, attempting to diminish the profound inner battles you fought to build your self-worth. "You always make it look so easy." They'll sigh a statement designed to erase your struggle and, by extension, feel better about their own inaction. This obsessive observation also manifests in the deeply unsettling act of imitation without assimilation. Suddenly, they are dressing in your signature style. They are frequenting your favorite hidden cafes. They are adopting your unique slang, your passionate opinions, your creative flair. And when it's pointed out, they feign ignorance or claim it's a mere coincidence. They call it inspiration. But your soul knows the truth. It is appropriation. It is the act of a ghost trying to wear your skin, hoping that by doing so, they can absorb some of your light. But there is an even darker, more sinister layer to this surveillance: the quest to find your Achilles heel. When someone studies you this intensely, it is not just to emulate your successes. It is also to identify where you are vulnerable. Where can you be psychically attacked? Where can you be destabilized? How can your confidence be shaken? Because here is the terrible logic of the deeply envious soul. If I cannot have what you have, perhaps I can at least make you lose it. This, my beautiful Leo, is why you have been feeling that ancient phenomenon our ancestors called the evil eye, that heavy, sticky energy that seems to cling to you after certain interactions, that inexplicable fatigue that washes over you after spending time with specific individuals, that overwhelming urge to go home and cleanse yourself, to take a salt bath, to burn sage, to stand in the sun and recharge. Your body is having a primal energetic reaction to psychic vampirism. It is recognizing that someone is feeding on your light, attempting to drain your radiance, to fuel their own shadowy existence. Think about it. Have you ever shared a piece of exciting news, a new creative project, a budding romance with a particular person, only to have it inexplicably fall apart or lose its momentum shortly after, as if the very act of sharing your joy with them put a curse on it? This is not superstition, my friend. This is quantum energetics. When you share your sacred high-frequency energy of victory and joy with someone who is vibrating at the low, resentful frequency of envy, you are essentially giving them an energetic opening to contaminate your creation. The person watching you may not even be conscious of the harm they are doing. Envy is a cunning poison that often operates from the depths of the subconscious. They might genuinely believe on a surface level that they admire you, but beneath that thin veneer of admiration lies a cavernous insecurity, a deep resentment, and an unconscious desire to see you stumble, to see you lose your crown, to see you brought down to their level where they can finally feel a moment of wretched relief. And if they cannot bring you down with overt actions, they will try with subtle, venomous whispers, by planting seeds of doubt in your magnificent mind. Are you sure you're ready for that? Don't you think you're being a little too much? What if people don't like it? What if you fail? These are not expressions of genuine concern. They are curses wrapped in the guise of care. This surveillance state also extends to the digital realm. This person is your most devoted ghost follower. They watch every single one of your stories, often within minutes of you posting them, but they never interact. They see every post, read every caption, but never leave a like or a comment. They are silently, constantly consuming information about you, studying your life through the digital windows you open to the world. And should you ever restrict their access or block them, they will find another way to watch. A mutual friends account, a fake profile, they will find any loophole to continue their silent, obsessive monitoring. But here is the glorious, immutable truth that this person in their shadow-dwelling state will never comprehend. Your magic cannot be stolen. Your radiance cannot be replicated, because your success is not the result of a series of external actions. It is the external manifestation of your internal essence. It is a byproduct of the golden energy you carry. It is a result of the non-negotiable values you embody: courage, integrity, generosity, and passion. It is born from a sacred relationship with your own creative spirit that cannot be superficially copied. You could write down every single step of your process, give them the entire playbook, and they would still fail to achieve your results. Why? Because what makes you successful isn't the process. It's the magnificent soul you have become through the process. It's the resilience you forged in the fire of failure. It's the confidence you built by taking risks. It's the unwavering integrity you maintained when you could have easily taken shortcuts. And these divine qualities of character cannot be stolen or imitated. They must be earned. They must be cultivated in the sacred garden of one's own soul. But the person watching you doesn't want to do the cultivating. They only want to harvest your crops. And when they finally inevitably realize that they cannot simply take what you have, that wearing your clothes will not give them your charisma, that copying your words will not give them your wisdom, their faux admiration will fully collapse into bitter resentment. Their observation will become a hostile surveillance. Your success will no longer be an inspiration to them, but a personal insult. And you, my dear Leo, will shift from being a role model in their eyes to being a target that must be neutralized. So what do? We do not shrink. We do not dim our light to make them comfortable. That would be the ultimate betrayal of our own soul. Instead, we rise, but we rise with wisdom. It is time for you to establish powerful, impenetrable, energetic boundaries. It is time to stop broadcasting the details of your sacred plans and dreams to those who have not proven themselves worthy of your trust. It is time to protect your creative ideas, your strategies, and your vulnerable processes from those who only want to plagiarize your soul. It is time to draw a golden circle of light around the kingdom you have built with such heart and courage. This does not mean you become paranoid, cold, or closed off. A Leo's heart must remain open and generous to thrive. But it means you become discerning. You become a wise and selective ruler. You understand that not everyone in the crowd deserves a backstage pass to your life. Some people have only earned the right to witness the final performance from a distance. They have not earned the right to see the messy, sacred, and vulnerable rehearsals. Your legendary generosity must now be tempered with a fierce discernment about who is truly capable of honoring the sacred gifts you offer. You must also train yourself to recognize the signs of this toxic observation before it can cause lasting damage. That excessive laser-focused interest in the minutiae of your life. Those questions that feel less like curiosity and more like an interrogation. That deeply uncomfortable, skin-crawling feeling you get when someone probes you about your finances, your relationships, or your deepest ambitions. Your royal intuition is already sounding the alarm. Stop ignoring it out of a misguided sense of politeness or a fear of appearing arrogant. Start to consciously observe how you feel physically and energetically before and after your encounters with specific people. If you feel drained, confused, anxious, or less confident after spending time with someone, that person is an energetic drain on your kingdom. It does not matter how charming they appear on the surface. It does not matter how long you have known them. If the energetic exchange between you is vampiric, you as the ruler of your own life have a sacred duty to establish distance. Furthermore, learn to energetically consecrate your achievements. When you have good news to share, share it first with your true pride, your inner circle. The people you know without a shadow of a doubt celebrate your light, the ones whose eyes sparkle with genuine joy when you succeed, the ones who cheered for you when you were struggling and now weep with happiness at your victories. Share your triumphs in these sacred containers, first letting the energy of pure, unconditional support amplify and protect your success before you share it with the wider world. And when you feel that heavy energy, that sensation of being watched by malevolent eyes, you must perform your own sacred cleansing rituals. It does not need to be elaborate. Stand in the sun and visualize its golden rays, burning away any energetic cords or attachments. Take a bath with salt and herbs, intentionally washing away the residue of others' energy. Light incense or a candle and declare your space, your body, and your mind to be sovereign territory. The power is not in the complexity of the ritual, my dear Leo. The power is in your intention. Protection works when you become aware of the need for it and act with the authority of the king or queen that you are. Here is a beautiful cosmic truth that the person observing you does not know. The more they try to copy you, the more they betray their own unique soul path. The more they focus their energy on what you have, the less energy they have to build what could be gloriously theirs. Their obsession with your life is the very thing preventing them from truly living their own. And eventually, they will wake up in a kingdom of mirrors, surrounded by hollow reflections of your greatness, having forgotten how to cultivate a single, authentic flower of their own. But that is not your battle to fight. You are not responsible for healing the cavernous insecurities of those who watch you with envy. You do not need to make yourself smaller to soothe the fragile egos of those who refuse to do their own inner work. You do not need to hide your treasures to protect them from thieves. You need only to build stronger walls and post loyal guards around your castle. What you must do is continue to be utterly magnificently and unapologetically you. Keep building, keep creating, keep loving, keep shining. But do it now with a new layer of enlightened awareness, with the wisdom that not everyone watching you from the stands is a fan, with the discernment to protect what is most precious to you, and with the courage to recognize that parasitic energy for what it is and deny it access to your realm. And when you do this, when you establish these golden boundaries of light, when you begin to consciously protect your energy and your creations, a miracle will happen. The people who were watching you with malicious intent will naturally, almost magically fall away. They will retreat from your circle. Why? Because a protected energy field offers no cracks for vampirism to enter. A sovereign king or queen offers no entry points for subtle attacks. And toxic observers, like all parasites, will eventually tire and go in search of an easier, more unprotected host. Leo, you have built a life that is a testament to the power of the human heart. You deserve to revel in it without fear. You deserve to share your victories with those who can truly celebrate with you. You deserve to live your life on your grand stage, free from the weight of envious eyes in the shadows. And you alone, possess all the power necessary to create this sacred, protected reality for yourself. The person watching you will never have what you have because they do not have what you are, and you no longer need to carry the discomfort of their surveillance. Acknowledge it, protect yourself, and then turn back to your audience, to your life, to your art, and shine even brighter than before. But now you shine, surrounded only by those who have proven themselves worthy of witnessing your glorious light. If this sacred transmission has illuminated something you have been feeling deep within your soul, I invite you to share your declaration to protect your divine energy in the comments below. You do not need to share the details of your situation. Simply affirm your intention to establish healthier, more radiant boundaries. Subscribe to Cosmic Wisdom because energy protection is not a one-time act. It is a continuous practice of sovereignty. Turn on your notifications so you can receive the ongoing guidance you need to protect your kingdom as it continues to expand in beauty and power. Your prosperity does not need to be hidden. It simply needs to be protected from those who look upon it with the shadow of envy rather than the light of inspiration. You are worthy of the security you have created. Go forth and be brilliant.